Hello everybody, this is Phantom2502 and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.1, my progressive build tutorial. This episode we're going to focus on automating screws and automating concrete. We may automate wire if we have enough time in this video, but maybe not. Last time we automated our iron rods and our iron plates. Those are going into bins. By the way, those container bins are temporary for now. We will have a more permanent spot closer to here, but until we unlock Logistics Mark II and get these stackable conveyor poles, I find it's a little bit too messy to put them in their final spot and try to rigmarole the conveyors at this point. So right now they're just going to be temporary in front of them, and we'll pick those up later. Alright, for now, let's see, the automate screws. What do we need for this build? Alright, so for this build, we're going to need a constructor for the screws. And if you want to, as usual, if you want to know, you can press N, put screws, like what building comes in, you can see constructor and crafting bench. So, if you ever need to know what it's in, but obviously I've played this enough to know that it's in the constructor. Okay, so one constructor. We'll need a container to put the screws in. So organization, storage container. Probably want a power pole. Yeah, and then a few power lines, so we'll just build some cable, a little bit more cable with it. And we'll obviously need some iron plates. We won't do much of the iron plates, we can grab a lot of those, so... yeah, let's go grab some plates. No, actually, we'll grab some rods while we're here. There we go. Now we don't even have to really make those anymore. These things are making them fast enough where we don't really have to manually craft those anymore. We just get them out of the containers when we need it. That's a good part of the automation. There we go. 2 reinforced iron plates. We need a few more wires. And some cables. So let's see. Say 30 wires. Probably enough. Alright, we'll try 11 of those, I guess. Let's see, how much wire do we need? No, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Alright, that should give us everything we need. Okay. So, since screws take in iron rods, and our iron rods are being automated here, we're going to have it obviously further ahead of it. Let's just get rid of these bushes, since they're in the way of where I want to build. And we'll probably need more greenery stuff a little bit later anyways. Alright. So I could put it right in front, but I do have a plan for later to put more constructors on this layer over here. And I usually like to line this one up with the third one here. Now it's going to need two, like, let's see, two splitters or mergers later. So I'm going to leave enough room for that. Usually if you leave the container almost, you'll get it. Maybe about there. The only thing is that's going to be a little bit weird, I guess. Now, you know what, for now, we can use our verticals. So let's try that. Do we even have vertical? I guess we don't. Oh, right, it comes with logistics. Oh, you know what? Maybe putting it to the right of it maybe makes a bit more sense. It's all about positioning. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah. Maybe more like there. Can this actually work? Yeah, it does. Okay. Don't worry about the clipping for now, or if there is any. Alright, I'll get rods to here. This will be screws. We're taking in rods. We're obviously going to keep the container for now, because this thing is only taking in 10 rods per minute. But this thing's producing 15 rods, so we will have some extras being piled up. Alright, and then we're going to want another container to handle our screws, which we'll put this way, facing kind of this direction. And put that into it. And this will be doing 40 screws per minute. So we're all good. And obviously we just need power. This is red and not connected to anything. So let's look at our power line. Take our major power line. We will move it up to around here. And we'll connect it. Alright, so that's now got screws automated. Yay. Alright, and I didn't even need that extra power pole. Awesome. I'll probably add the power pole later when we need it. There we go, we got some screws going. Okay, next thing's to get concrete going. Let's see, concrete. We're going to need a miner for that. Won't need a portable miner, there's one on the limestone. And we'll need a constructor. Constructor takes limestone and puts it to concrete. We will obviously need a container for that. And probably a bit of power poles. Maybe 2. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's get some of the stuff automated. Obviously need to get some resources, get the reinforced iron plates, because we have to do that manually. Eventually, like screws, we won't even have to do manually anymore, because we have some. Oh yeah, true, we can convert some of our biomass, leaves and woods to biomass, because we just did that a little bit. Alright, we need a bit more wire. Okay, go 40. That should be plenty. And cable. Let's see, how much do I want? How much do we need for wire? 6. I think 15 cable is going to be enough for this. Alright. Okay, so limestone's going to be over here. Alright, we're going to pick up the miner. Then we're going to put under production, miner. And usually I like for organization to put it into kind of this direction. And then I will put my constructor somewhere over here, facing this way with a little bit of space in the middle. So we will be putting some splitters back here. So probably around, see it line up, maybe like that. That'll leave some space. Then we got some space in the front. Alright, should be good. This will be concrete, limestone concrete. Then obviously we need to put our belts from the limestone source. And obviously I don't want to come up here anymore to grab this, so our container, and remember, orange is inbound, it's going to be somewhere down there. So put it there, I guess. And let's connect the two of them. And then so that will take my limestone, turn it into concrete, and put it all the way down there. As for power, let's connect to our second line here, because this one's going to be more for power. And put a pole up here. And then we can put a line to that one and to this one. And then everything will start up. By the way, you can walk or run on your conveyor belts. Alright, so that should automate our concrete. So now that we have all that hopefully working, I mean, it is yellow over here, but that might just be because the concrete hasn't reached it yet. Hopefully it turns green soon. There we go, green. Alright, it's working. Alright, so we have our concrete and our screws being automated. Now let's get, so we have to make 100 cable. The rest are being automated for obstacle clearing. So let's get that done. Obviously to get 100 cable we need 200 wire. So yeah, this could be automated. It is taking a lot manually to do it, but we do need to kill some time because it's going to take time to do 100 concrete and 500 screws for the machines to do that. So in the meantime, this is something we can do on our own. And we don't really have anything in the power grid without expanding it at the moment to automate the other things, to get cable automated. We will do that in a bit, but we don't need to right now. So a little bit at a time, do some research, a little bit more. That way we don't get overwhelmed. Alright, let's wait for the wire number to hit 200. There we go. So basically this part of the game, we want to get the things that are most useful to us unlocked and get all the base products automated, a little bit at a time. So yeah, next episode's definitely going to be concentrating more on the wires and cables. So we get that part automated, and that'll get all our base stuff. And then it's just screws, or actually we have screws automated, so just reinforced iron plates really that we'd have to be doing manually. Alright, cable. Let's get the concrete done, because we have it. Alright, and I guess we can put our biomass in here. Alright, let's go see. Oh yeah, also, we don't need the power poles. I guess we need less than we thought. Let's go see how much screws we have. Alright, 300. Still gonna need a bit more. And that one, almost there. Alright, I guess I could make some screws myself. Or if you have extra time like this and you didn't have enough leaves off the bat, you can use some of the in-between time to go gather more leaves. But I think we got a good supply at the moment. Let's put this up to, like, let's say 440. There we go. I think this one's closer. What are we at, 87 before? Alright, I need 2 more. There we go, 100. And do we have 60 more over here? Oh, not quite. Yeah, you know what? Time to go back and forth. It's already going to be there. I mean, the screws are going at 40 a minute. So, let's just wait until we hit 500, and then we go unlock the obstacle clearing. Oh, there's 15. Alright, good. Alright. Everything's in.
Milestone reached. Solid Biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun.
Alright, let's get our next objective. So the next objective I like to unlock after the obstacle clearing is logistics, so we can get the splitters and mergers. So that'll help do things a bit more efficiently. So we'll select that. And the first thing after solid biofuel I like to do is actually automate it. You can do it manually here in the craft bench. It takes biomass and puts it in solid biofuel, but it takes forever to self-construct. So while the biomass itself I find doesn't take that long and I just do it manually, I like the solid biofuel to not be done manually. So let's see. Let's get a... please actually work. Oh, the other way around. Am I going to have to actually undo some of it? Yeah, I don't think I gave myself enough room for this. Alright. Well, I said I was going to have to adjust the hub earlier, so no better time than the present. Of course, everything's going to fail because... Alright. Try it like that. That line up properly. And it's a little bit further in, but it's not a huge deal. Alright, readjust it over there. Because it gives me a little bit more room over here, because I moved it down a bit. Now, can I actually put the storage container in? Over here. Not really. Oh. There's some spot. good enough. And I do have a space to walk through for later. Okay. So that's going to be where I put all the biomass. Oh. I guess I must have put the biomass in my... Okay. Whatever. Don't have anything there. Yeah, we want to keep the hog stuff here. Biomass there. Alright, we're going to have a constructor in front of it somewhere. Oh yeah, need 2 reinforced iron plates. Yeah, true, okay. And you know what? I do need a biomass burner. So let's just get all that stuff done. Alright. The reason we need the we can make our own biomass burners now since we did hub update 6. And the reason we're going to need that is our current, well, oh yeah, right. I forgot we rearranged our hub and we got to reconnect this. And also, no more fuel. Oh yeah. Okay, oops. Take 2 stacks. Right, because I moved the hub. So obviously. And the fuse goes because it needs both of them. Alright, let's turn it on. Now what? Don't know why it failed a few times. I mean, it shouldn't because there's capacity 40 and max consumption's 39. Oh well, not sure exactly what was up there. They're both connected to the same grid. Oh well. Odd. Since we have max consumption 39 and capacity 40 and we're adding a constructor, we're going to need another biomass burner to handle that. But let's put the constructor in first. Let's say right there, I guess. That goes to there. This is going to be solid biofuel. And then we're going to want a container to store some solid biofuel. So I'll put that right in front of it. Oh yeah, it would help if I did the align tool, wouldn't it? Alright, let's hit shift so that it's somewhat ahead of it. Although it looks like it can't really align it because of the gap. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, that's going to go into there. This is solid biofuel and goes from 120 to 60. I won't do 120 because our belts only run at 60. So once we have Mark II belts, we can run it faster. But for now, we can't. And biomass burners, which do have an input. Now, we're not going to put it right towards it right at the end, because this whole section here is going to be for biomass burners. And we'll keep it to the first one somewhat close. Actually, maybe I do want it towards the end here. See, that was good like that. So, maybe like this or something. And we can have some over here, some over there. Alright, for now we're going to need some temporary fuel. Alright. Put that fuel in. want another power pole. Missing concrete. Oh, that's fun. Oh, right, we're making concrete right over here. I don't have to actually manually make that anymore. There we go. Let's get that power line extended. Because it's at 3, so if I connect to this one, I can't really expand it anymore. So, doing this so that our grid's expandable. Alright, so that now increases our maximum capacity to 70. Alright, so let's get this thing working. And I'm missing cables. Great. There we go. I mean, this thing's part of power anyways. Alright. So now this thing should be working. Ah, right. We want to feed our thing automatically, probably. Alright, so we'll move that here. Automatically puts a pole, and I do need some more plates, but we don't need to do plates manually anymore. We're gathering some plates here. Why not? Let's give us our few hundred. Plates are going to be needed for every conveyor, and there's going to be a lot of conveyors, so see how automation helps you? We don't have to do any of that stuff manually anymore. Just gather it out of the container. Alright, now this is going to go into here. So I'm going to wait till it gets to the end. There. Obviously it's going to stop because there's biomass here. So if I take the biomass in myself, now it's going to fill itself with the biofuel that's being made. And then I can put the biomass back in here. When we get enough of a backup, we can switch these things over. But we're not going to do that at the moment until we gather some up. Alright, now to do obstacle clearing, we're going to need the chainsaw. So let's right click and add that to the to list. Let's concentrate on getting that. Let's see, we do need more cables. I think at this point, might as well just get rid of the copper ingot. And that'll probably end the episode, me getting the chainsaw. By automating our solid biofuel, it's also going to help us fuel the chainsaw. The chainsaw is going to need solid biofuel to run. And it's good to automate that. As I said, manually doing the solid biofuel, it does take a lot of time for constructing very little. So getting that part automated, good, and we'll keep the manual for biomass. You can automate the biomass, but it takes more power. You know, you need one for leaves, one for wood. It's a little more complicated, so I like to keep it simple. And later on in the game, you're not going to really need to do biomass and biofuel anymore anyways. That's only really for Tier 1, Tier 2. Alright, take all the copper ingot, put it into wire. Okay, we'll put the 15 we need into cable. And let's not worry about making screws, because we've automated screws. So let's just grab it from here. Alright, and then now we can make iron plates, because we took a lot of reinforced iron plates, because we took some iron plates earlier. Makes that process a lot easier. Alright, so that's everything for the chainsaw. Chainsaw. Alright, so now we have a chainsaw. Go to tab, we'll double click our chainsaw, so it'll be on our second hand slot. So if I move the scroll wheel down, we have a chainsaw. Now, as you see, we have no solid biofuel in the bottom left corner. And at the moment, we're not really backing up any. Should be fine. I would just have to wait for it. Alright, 43 out of 70, so that's good. Alright, so we'll have to just wait till we get some solid biofuel, but at the meantime, we could do the next section, which is going to be automating our wire. But for now, I think this is a good time to end the episode. So this episode, we ended up automating our screws and putting a bin. We automated our concrete, put a bin. We've unlocked obstacle clearing, which gave us our solid biofuel, which we automated. We manually put everything into biomass, put that into a bin. That's converting into solid biofuel. We have a bin for that when it backs up. And we have extra biomass burner that we built. We also built our chainsaw, which we will use probably next episode. Chainsaws allow you to cut these trees down and get mostly wood instead of grass, which converts much better into biomass. Anyway, next time we're going to focus on getting wires automated. I'm Phantom 2502, and see you then.